Hello friends, welcome to BTech. My name is Mohit and today we are going to do a comparison of Samsung Galaxy Buds 4 with the OnePlus Buds 4. Good rhyming. And also we have an old contender Galaxy Buds 2 Pro. Let me compare them side by side. So this is your Samsung Galaxy Buds Core. This is your OnePlus Buds 4. And if I try to keep, then you have the Samsung Buds 2 Pro. So if I look at the design, I think this is pretty similar to each other. Exactly same, like charging on the back end. If you open the case, I think even the earbuds are pretty similar. A slightly different design, but overall, I mean, very similar. You just have an LED inside the Buds 2 Pro to show, okay, what is the charging level of the earbuds as well. That is missing over here. Actually, these two are having a huge price gap. Like originally they were launched around 16 to 17,000. These are launched around 5,000. Right now you can get this like in sale somewhere around 7 to 8,000, and this you can get it around 4 to 4,500. But if I talk about a similar contender, then OnePlus Buds 4 is a proper contender to this. Like this is around 5,000 on the price tag, and this has a price tag of 6,000. With discount and all, I think they are pretty similar to each other, and so these two are actually the contenders to one another. Lightest one among all these three is the Samsung Buds Core. With the case is around just 31 grams. Earbuds are also around just 5.3 grams. But if I just talk about the earbuds, then OnePlus is the lightest one amongst this. It is just 4.73 grams. So the lightest one, like if you talk about just the earbuds, then OnePlus Buds 4 you can wear for a really long time. And the Samsung, I think it is still not heavy, like 4.73 versus 5.3, not very heavy. But again, the overall, I think I like the Samsung Buds Core's design better as compared to this OnePlus because it is more compact, it will occupy less space, and it is pretty lighter. So I think on the design side, I think I really like the Buds Core. The only flaw I felt like it has a very shiny texture, so it is a fingerprint magnet. You might need to put a case and it can be prone to scratches as well. If I talk about the Bluetooth version, then the older one that was launched around 3 years, like Buds 2 Pro, this is 5.3. Apart from that, I think both of this have really good Bluetooth. I mean the latest one 5.4. Overall, I think the connectivity is really fast. Like when I try to pair them, they've paired really fast. I mean just when I open the case, I mean if the Bluetooth is on, they just connect to my device. So really fast on that end. Codec support, I think winner here would be the older one in terms of the codec support because it has AAC, SBC, SSC, which is a Samsung codec. It also has 24-bit high-res. Now, the Samsung Buds 4 also has the SSC codec, but nowhere it is mentioned if it supports the 24-bit high-resolution audio on this spec sheet. If I talk about app and the environment, Samsung definitely will work a lot better if you have a Samsung device. Now, I've been using the Samsung Buds 2 Pro with an Apple device for almost 3 years. I have faced no problem at all. If I need to change any setting or tweak it, I just have an Android device where I pair this up and I make those settings so it becomes permanent, and then I start using it on my Apple device. So overall, I think Buds 2 Pro in terms of codec they are better, but again OnePlus has an additional codec that is LHDC 5.0. Some of these codecs I think will be supported only when you connect with like your specific device. Like for OnePlus, I think LHDC will be supported primarily if you have OnePlus device, but AAC and SBC are also pretty good sound codecs. Now talking about the driver size, Samsung Buds 2 Pro and the OnePlus Buds 4, for both we know the driver size. Both are dual drivers, a 10mm woofer on the Buds 2 Pro and 5.3mm tweeters. And for the Buds 4, you have 11mm woofer and 6mm tweeter. So dual drivers on both. Buds 4 I have not seen anywhere the mention. Some even say it is just 6.5mm single driver. Based on the sound quality, I may be able to agree because I think the bass is missing a lot. So the lows are missing a lot. So could be that dual driver miss could be there on this device. Apart from that, I think when you pair this Samsung device with earbuds, I think you will have a lot of functionality when you compare to just an Android pairing. Apple doesn't even support any app for Samsung, so if you have to do any changes or tweaks, you need to do it first on an Android device at least, and then you can make those settings permanent and use it on the Apple device. But out of the box as well, I think they sound really good, both Buds 4 and Samsung Buds 2 Pro. Buds 2 Pro is the king in terms of the bass, I would say, amongst all of these three. Definitely it's a very costlier headphone. The sound texture, I would say the newer headphones have really good. The sound staging is now pretty balanced and well on this newer headphones. Let's take one by one. So Samsung Buds Core. Here I would say driver size definitely takes a hit. I feel so. Overall highs are good. I mean the overall sound staging sounds very clean and the vocals are pretty clear. But that instrument separation and all those, I think sometimes we see a miss and hit and we are not able to hear that very cleanly in the buds, Samsung buds. Bass definitely is a miss. Mids also are somewhat fine. It is pretty balanced, I would say. If you are someone who likes a bass heavy headphone, then definitely buds core will not be an option. But yeah, if you like a balanced sound and you like a very open texture, a very open sound staging, then these are really good headphones in that case. So yeah, I mean, not the Bollywood songs, but some of the alternative rocks, I think those could be a really good option to hear all this. Now, if I talk about the OnePlus Buds 4, this is pretty balanced in terms of bass is good, mids are slightly less, the highs are really good as well. The sound staging is not that great as the Samsung Buds Core, but it is overall a very balanced sound staging. And then you have the equalizer support and you have a lot of custom thing that you can do in the app that can help you provide a good overall sound texture. I think you can customize and you can get it properly based on your preference. So I think out of these three, I would say Buds 2 Pro and the lows and the mids are pretty good on that. Highs are not that good, but on this I would say it's a pretty balanced sound overall. Again, it doesn't sound very premium. It is not on the very premium side, but it is pretty balanced. If I talk about sound staging, then yes, Samsung Buds Core are, I would say, my preference. If you're like who likes a bass heavy headphones, then Buds 2 Pro and OnePlus could be your option in this. If you're just like having the budget constraint and want to buy something around 5,000, then OnePlus could be a preference. But yeah, I think if you like a very balanced and open sound and clean sound and sound staging is very important for you, then in that case, the Samsung Buds 4 are a better option. But again, if I want to rate, I would say I would rate Buds 2 Pro 8.5 around out of 10. OnePlus I would rate around 7 to 7.5. Samsung sound quality I would rate around 6.5 to 7 out of 10. So for me, as based on my preference, I think I didn't like that much. I like this OnePlus ones the better. Now talking about the mic quality, like when you're taking calls and all, so here are all the samples. Now I'm recording from the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro's mic, and right now I'm in a very quiet environment. There is nothing in my background, just the AC is running and the compressor is running of the AC. But it's a very quiet environment. It's not the sound. So now whatever the voice you are hearing is being recorded from the Buds 4's mic, and again the setup is like very quiet environment. So you might not hear a lot of noise. But yeah, let's see how the noise cancellation effectively manages to cut out the compressor noise over here. Now this is in a traffic noise simulation. So maybe there are a lot of cars, buses, and a lot of honking noises in the background. And this is how the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro are able to cut out the background noise if you are walking on a road, or you're traveling on a motorcycle, or you're just standing by nearby having a cup of tea or a coffee. So this is how it might sound to the other person who is receiving a call from your end. A lot of noise again in from the background. Here, or you're maybe walking besides the road and you're talking to your friends. So this is how the background noise will be effectively cut out by the Galaxy Buds Core. And let me know how you can hear and how do you feel about it. Let's first talk about the Samsung Buds Core. Here we have like 6 mics and they are doing really good noise cancellation, if I would say. So okay, if I compare all this, I think Samsung Buds 2 Pro is doing the least noise cancellation on the calls. The best is the Samsung Buds Core. It is doing a really great job in terms of noise cancellation. And OnePlus is also not bad, but yeah, if I would rate the highest, then Samsung Buds Core is doing a really great job. OnePlus ones are in somewhere in the between. You can still hear some background noises, like based on if it's a very heavy traffic, but it can, if it's not a very noisy environment, it is able to cut down almost all the noises. Samsung Buds Core were the clear winner in this. Samsung Buds 2 Pro, now an old device, 3 years old. The technology is a bit old, but it was like the king when it was launched 3 years back in terms of noise cancellation, like very comparable to again the AirPods one. AirPod noise cancellation, I mean, actually they are the king. I would say this was the secondary to the AirPods. So now my final verdict, I would say, now all these 3 headphones, I would say, have a clear preference. Based on your preference, I think you can make a choice. If I talk about the budget, I mean around 5,000, then I just need to compare these two. And if I need to pick one, I would pick up OnePlus, because definitely the sound quality is better for me. It's bit, the bass and the lows are better on this. And all the other feature, even it is lighter, slightly lighter on the earbuds, so I don't even feel, and slightly better functionalities on the earbuds, like the volume control, which is missing in the Samsung Buds Core, and the 3D mode, this game mode, I mean a lot of other features which I can even control from my iPhone. So OnePlus would be a preferred option for me if I compare with Samsung Buds Core. If I don't have any budget constraint, and if I have like to pick up from these three, then I would definitely pick the Samsung Buds 2 Pro. I think it has all the functionalities, it has all the sound qualities, and everything is pretty balanced. Although the sound staging is not that great on the Buds 2 Pro, but overall I would say great device. So right now, if I just keep the Buds 2 Pro out of the equation, then for me, OnePlus Buds 4 are the clear winner if you want to buy something around 5,000 as of now. So this is the overall comparison. Let me know your thoughts, your comments, and how do you feel about it. And if you have any questions, feel free to put it in the chat. And please like, subscribe, and share my content. And thank you and have a good day.